Hello everyone and welcome back to the island of Elba. We're nearing the end of the submission phase, so it is time for us to do a few more fixes around. First, when we look at the happiness of our people, some complain about high taxes, others complain about high crime. So if we go into taxation, we can definitely bump this down by 1%. I'm hoping that should solve. Yep, that solved it completely. And we're still earning a ton of money. Now, when it comes to the high crime rate, well, first I'm going to delete that. We can place a few more police stations. And one of the reasons why I had zoomed in here is the surrounding area here is completely red, which means it's a high crime area. So let's place a German police station in here that will help sort all of this out over here. Now this is the west side of the island, so we will have the same on the east side. Because again, no police station anywhere inside. We're gonna place it just over here, right next to the elementary school, and I think ultimately that will be quite beneficial. With that, there's still a high crime risk. Let's have another look into our crime rate. So there's a little bit of orange over here, which is fine. Everything else seems to be green. Yeah. So I think with that, we'll just need to wait a little bit longer before we actually get there. The low rent housing apparently has a high crime probability, even though they're all... Why do you live in low rent housing if you're all very wealthy? It's probably because there's nowhere to live. Well, maybe. Anyways. I also want to go around and have a look at some of our services. Now, some we can't actually expand, like the recycling center. We can actually upgrade this to make the purification rate a little bit higher. More sewage being turned back into fresh water. I guess we don't need that. But over here, I would love to have the ground and air pollution being reduced. So let's add the recycling part to that. So what other services do we have? We do have our pumping station over here. And there we can actually reduce the amount of pollutants, which ultimately will help our city, our citizens, just being happier. I also want to have a look at the overall fire probability. So it's red over here, which again makes sense. There's nothing over this way. And that is probably just red because it's so far out. I wonder if we increase our fire truck capacity, which we should, 2 more fire engines, 4 more fire engines. Let's put the garage extension in. Let's just max it out. A little bit more fire protection has never hurt anyone. And I'm hoping that will ultimately be kind of the end of that red zone over here. Not quite. Now we could consider placing a small fire engine over this way. And we could place it right where we have placed the police department. You know what? Let's just do it. So this entire area is kind of well protected. And this will only be kind of just responsible for this part right here. So overall, that will be fine. All right. Speaking of fire, there's a fire going on over here. Car crash, cars are burning. Everyone's turning around. You're right. Oh, that was the helicopter. I don't think we ever did a helicopter run. Where are you heading? Oh, look at that. Now, this is not part of the end of this episode, but I really like it. All right, back to the actual topic. What else do we need to solve? This one has trash problems, and I don't quite know why, because from what I understand, there's only 10 of them on its way, and I don't think we've put it back to 100%. So let's go to 110%. Everything in here should be back. Electricity is at 110%. We can bump you down to 100. But yeah, everything else seems to be fine. Now, one more thing that we really need to place and that we have avoided so far is actually the park maintenance depot. Now, the big question would be, where do we have space to place this? And the first thing that comes to mind is our industrial area. That still has some spaces available. Most prominently, actually, this one. Interesting. I would not want them to offload straight onto this road right here. So what we're going to do is flatten out a little bit of an area, or a little bit more of an area right here. I'm gonna make sure this looks a little bit nicer. This side too. All right. And now we can very easily have a small alleyway that basically just goes in here. And that will allow us, should allow us, place the park maintenance depot on this side. Perfect. Increased space to house more vehicles. Look, they're already out, 2 out of 10. Increased availability of supplies. We're definitely gonna do that. Because it is a big island, right? So it kind of makes sense if they have additional storage. I'm also gonna go ahead for now and remove these road crossings here. We don't need any of them. And hopefully, based on this, the attractiveness of our city will actually be doing a little bit better. 6 have been dispatched, 1 is already returning. Don't know what's wrong with the 0% maintenance. You know what? Let's upgrade this with another garage. Just so we're definitely okay in supplying our entire area. 15 vehicles. Yeah, they're all being dispatched, so it kind of makes sense. 11 right now on its way. Good, good, good. All right. So, with the maintenance, 1 is dispatched. Let's actually have a look. Where are you? Oh, you're coming in. No, where are you going? Oh, interesting. You did the maintenance here. Now you're heading back up here. Doing this one. Alright, didn't solve the crash problem. I like how people from the museum actually just can walk over onto this. Quite enjoy that. Alright, so let's have a look at the attractiveness of our city. This is something that I didn't quite understand. Oh, we're at 64 right now, so 102 tourists. Still not a lot. Oh boy. But otherwise, I think things are looking pretty good so far. Now, we could increase the attractiveness of this area overall. Let's actually have a quick look at potential parks we could place. Obviously, this area here would be a great spot for a park. What I would really love would be a plaza. I guess we could place a small plaza. Doesn't need to be the large one. Or we place it over here. No, I think right here makes a bit more sense. And we're also gonna add a few more trees back in as they have been removed. So let me just quickly do that. Still not entirely sure what this office extension does, except for adding more stuff on the top. Doesn't seem to actually have any benefit. Oh well. Now, one thing that I won't fix, unfortunately, is the criminal issue. So I know we need a prison, but have you seen the prison in these games? So it's humongous. Let's actually unlock it, just because we can. So police headquarters, prison. I guess we never placed these. Let's unlock them while we're at it, so we can see if we can actually place them down. Right. So this is the prison. Where on this island would I potentially put this prison? I was thinking maybe back here, but that's so much terraforming. And otherwise, I honestly don't think this island would have a prison. I feel like they would ship out the prisoners somewhere else. But yeah, maybe that's just me. Alright. Ooh, kindergarten. The Health and Welfare Office. Maybe we should try to find a good spot for these. Oh, what I completely forgot, actually, is this area right here. This is still our low density commercial. And that should really be replaced by our mixed use. And I think we had used the German one around here. So let's actually quickly do that. Definitely the corner buildings first. We'll unzone the middle parts. Wait till they spawned in, and I think they already did. And then we're gonna add the rest of them. All right. So that, again, another fix. So we want to look at these welfare buildings. Now, we don't have a lot of space over here anymore, but I feel like that's exactly where they kind of should be. I guess we have a little spot here. City Hall, Citizen Service Centers. Wow. City Hall, also unique. Modern City Hall. This island is just too small for this stuff. Community Kindergarten. What does this do? +5 well-being, +2 outdoor recreation. It doesn't actually give the bonus of the welfare building. So we could technically remove that back area right here and place the welfare building right on this corner, which would cover a decent amount, but I don't think it's good enough. Alternatively, maybe we actually place it over this way. That I don't mind so much. We will destroy a few houses around, but overall, not too bad, I would say. Actually, let's unzone these. Because again, I would want this to be a bit more of a destination, like a dedicated spot. So we're gonna add a few parks around there and make that area overall a little bit more attractive. So let's see. Still haven't placed this. Oh, we have. It's right here. Color Plaza. Let's place it and have a look. Oh, we've placed this already as well. Ooh, almost deleted that building. What else do we have? I guess the small plaza kind of does the trick. We could have one on either side, sort of just flanking it. And if we are adding some trees to the front, our standard trees, even on both sides, it's already becoming a bit more of a place. Now, if we do a bit more tree brushing around it, I think overall that will be quite okay. Now it's starting to look a little bit strange. So many empty spots for trees. Let's grow some in. There we go. And now we have a little welfare office in this corner right there. Makes me think this might actually need to be replaced with higher density housing. But I think for now we're just gonna leave it as is. Alright. That, and with the city halls actually just being way too big, let me double check again. City office. Just so big. Kind of would love it here, but I don't think it will actually fit in here nicely. We might actually be able to squeeze it in. Let me stop the snapping. It's also annoying me a bit, so that would kind of fit into this direction. So let's see, it would go like this. Now we're cutting too far into our little walkway area. This is tough. This is really tough. This kind of building is just humongous and it needs a prominent spot, right? Kind of down here would be nice, but even that doesn't feel that prominent. So having it here actually would, in a sense, just make sense. I guess that path is just connecting down here, so we could remove that, because we have another path that's connecting over here. Alright, I don't think we're gonna place it. Need to make a decision somehow, and I think it's kind of a good decision. Let's have a quick look at our tourism at the moment. Oh, it is increasing. So that is good. Maybe we just needed the maintenance depot to make that work properly. That's a small playground, and that is all this area has in terms of parks. So that's not good. So let's instead just try to focus on putting a few more parks in this area overall. And I think we might just remove those and replace them with maybe a sports park. Skate park is a bit too big for this corner. Need to turn the snapping back on. Actually, why don't we actually put a skate park right here? It's so close to the back road. I don't know if that would be the best way to do. And that's just too prominent of a street. Oh, this one is actually completely empty. Perfect. Let's place a tennis court down. I remember I've seen this a couple times now, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get to it. I'm definitely gonna get to it. But guess what? I never get to it. Alright. Now, I do want to put some trees down over here. Just again to make this a little bit prettier. There we go. Just these tiny bits and pieces, they actually help out a ton to make your city feel a little bit more alive, a little bit more, well, cared for. I think so, at least. But, you know, who am I telling this? If you're watching this video, you probably agree, and that's why you kind of enjoy playing this game, even if part of it is just a little bit more annoying. Anyways, I know where we can actually place a ton of parks. I've been trying to figure that out for quite a while. So if we go to the white pocket park, see how they fit in perfectly right there. And the best thing is, pedestrians can actually walk through. So if we place them all around where there is a crossing, which is every other intersection, we're not only improving our connectivity, we're also increasing the overall amount of parks, which should help our city's attractiveness. I'm hoping so, at least. And again, make this whole thing seem so much nicer. Alright. So that was a bunch of parks that we've just placed down. I think this corner here could also benefit from a park or two. I don't think we have... I guess the large playground always fits everywhere. I don't want a medium-sized park. Alright, none of these will actually fit. So what if not a campsite? Color plaza. Oh, too big. Could place one of these, but another park cafe, I don't know about that. So let's just place this one. Surrounded with a bit more by trees. And no, I'm not gonna make you suffer through this. Actually, do some flower bushes and some trees. So while I'm doing that, I'm just gonna shut up and I'll talk to you in a little bit. Now look at that. Does that not look amazing? I really enjoy that. Put a little apple tree in the center. I think will be good as well. And overall, yeah. Oh, just realized we have lost some of these trees. Along the way, let's place them back in. Can't add the trees to that side, I guess that is fine. And just another check that we haven't forgotten any of. Well, not more than we already have forgotten them. Alright. So I think overall that looks good. Let's have another look at our tourist. 71 month. I don't understand. You are full to the brim? Well, please don't send people there then anymore. Also not entirely sure. You're right next to it. All 15, there's only 10 out of 30. I don't know why. I honestly don't know why. But I think one thing we can do in order to make this look a little bit, this area look a little bit prettier, is reduce the size of the landfill. Well, that's already pretty tight in there. I don't think we can actually move this any further in. This there worked out a little bit. So I'm hoping we'll be able to smooth out some of that carving that we've done over here. Not perfect, but honestly, it will do. I'm wondering if we should just place another one of these. Maybe, actually, are you? Road maintenance depot. If we build another recycling center, I would do that in a heartbeat if I would know that it would actually help. But I don't know if it does. Mostly because there should be 10 more vans available. But you know what? Let's give it a go. Nothing to lose. Now, would that actually be enough space for the prison? It's a city hall. No, that would not be enough space for the prison. Okay, I'm kind of glad. Recycling center. 15 garbage trucks. It's basically the same. Can be upgraded. You know what? Let's place the bigger one. We're already making the space here. Why not? They're all running out. Vehicles in use 20 out of 15. Alright, what does that do? Adds processing capacity. We don't need that. Storage extension. Don't think we need that. But let's add the truck depot to get the extra trucks in. And they're all running around. So hopefully that will deal with some of our garbage issues. Now our parks are okay maintained. Not perfectly. Let's see if we go in here. Leisure. Park coverage. There's a little bit missing here, but there's nothing really there. Same over this way. I guess we've never given our industrial area a park for relaxation. So let's go in here, and because we can, why not look into a larger park? Multi-purpose park. Wow. Alright. Can we can actually put this in and still have it connected. So there we go. Multi-purpose park. It just does not look good. Okay, bye. What other park options do we have? I really don't like the parks, to be honest. That grass just doesn't look right. Oh, that could actually be quite nice. Although it wouldn't be the right for the recreation of our industrial area. Right. So why not just place in a regular hedge park? And just to connect this up, I'm gonna go in here and just bring this in. Bit more trees around it. You know the drill. All right, and with that, we're good to go. Now all these garbage trucks are actually out and about collecting. So maybe we really needed just more garbage trucks. There is actually a lot of it piling up over here. So I'm not regretting actually adding this in. And again, don't need more processing speed, don't need more capacity. For now, I think we're doing all right. No vehicles. Let's go back here. Move our taxi depot over to the side. 25 out of 25. Well, this would be a separate building as well. Okay, let's see. If we move this all the way over here, we can actually place another garage right next to the main taxi area. All right, so that looks good to me. And again, in this episode, it's mostly about fixes. I want to, in a sense, get this ready for deployment, so to speak. And I think the taxi depot needs to move further. So let's move you here. And then deal with the aftermath of us moving it in this corner. And of course, you didn't terraform properly, so let's go ahead. All right, 4 extra garages, almost 100 buses. I think that will help. Could turn them into 1/4 of the taxi fleet. Yeah, sure. Let's make them electric, because I think it will help. Add another garage in here as well. And there should be, I would hope so, no traffic, transportation. 320 citizens per month, so that's not bad. Our bus is utilized quite well. At least 93 per from our buses, which makes me think maybe, just maybe, with the extra buses. We can increase that by a few. All right, let's see. Now, I wish there would be an easy way of figuring out how many buses we have. 9 lines, doesn't help. Like how many buses we have and how many are properly in use. Oh, there we go. Actually, 58 are used, 65 capacity we have. But yeah, I think overall it's okay. Seriously, still? It's right here. Just bring it over, mate. Come on. Alright, Let's have another look at our tourists, and I don't expect another 171 this time. City attractiveness has increased a bit. And again, we could make it a bit more attractive by placing more of these parks. So let's see which parks we could in theory place. Kind of makes sense. Yeah, not too bad. A little bit more outdoor recreation over there. We do still have office buildings over here. They don't have much outdoor recreation. I think it's fine though. Not much to do over there. It's the airport after all. And we have scattered individual parks all around. The coverage is not bad, except for again going up here. But there's nothing there, and then it's really bad back here. But again, there's also like nothing really there to do. So overall, I think it's fine. Alright, you know what? I think I just need to take a break right now. But overall, I think it's looking pretty nice. Have another sky shot about our island. Looking good, I would say. Looking good. Alright, with that, thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.